Ever feel that something's just off in a relationship, but you can't quite place it? You're left feeling drained, anxious, and unsure of yourself. What if that nagging feeling isn't just in your head? What if someone close to you is subtly trying to erode your peace? It might sound unbelievable, but it happens. In this video, we're uncovering 9 telltale signs that someone in your life might be trying to undermine you, and how Stoicism offers powerful tools to recognize and protect yourself. Stay tuned. 1. They subtly undermine your confidence. Now, these kinds of people rarely come at you with a full frontal attack. Oh no, they're much more insidious than that. Instead, they wield sly little remarks, dripping sarcasm, and those just kidding jokes that leave a sting long after the laughter fades. They masterfully disguise hostility as humor. Ever heard something like, "You really think you can pull that off?" It's not about a light-hearted jab, it's about carefully planting seeds of doubt in your mind. Over time, these seemingly insignificant barbs can erode your self-esteem like water dripping on stone. In the realm of Stoic thought, the great Marcus Aurelius wisely taught us the power of controlling our response. He said, "The happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts. While you can't control the negativity they throw your way, you absolutely have dominion over your internal narrative." It's a glaring warning sign if you consistently walk away from conversations with this person questioning your own abilities and worth. Someone with genuine intentions will uplift you, even when delivering honest feedback, but someone aiming to undermine you wants you feeling uncertain, small, and constantly second-guessing yourself. Don't dismiss these patterns. Reclaim your self-assurance and meet their veiled insults with composed fortitude. That, my friends, is true Stoic strength. 2. They secretly celebrate your failures. Have you ever noticed that one person who goes strangely quiet when you share good news, or perhaps seems a little too sympathetic when things go wrong for you? Even if they mask it well, a subtle smirk or a barely perceptible glint in their eye can betray their underlying jealousy. When life throws you a curveball, they might offer hollow condolences, but beneath the surface, there's a disquieting sense of satisfaction. Stoic thinkers, like Seneca, urged us to pay close attention to behavior, not just empty words. As he wisely noted, people are not disturbed by things, but by their views of them. Someone wearing a mask of concern will eventually let their true colors show if they're secretly rooting for your downfall. They might offer lukewarm comfort or deliver passive-aggressive advice, disguised as helpful suggestions. Your success, you see, can threaten their fragile ego, making your setbacks a twisted form of validation for them. True friends genuinely celebrate your victories without a hint of envy. Be acutely aware of who seems to disappear during your moments of triumph and who offers that suspiciously cheerful shoulder when you stumble. Not everyone in your circle is on your team. Choose your confidants wisely. Your energy is precious. 3. They use guilt as a weapon. Those who crave control often wield guilt, like a finely sharpened blade. They'll dredge up the past, subtly reminding you of favors they've done or sacrifices they've supposedly made, all to bind you emotionally in the present. Phrases like, "After everything I've done for you," aren't expressions of love, they're tools of manipulation. They twist your natural empathy into a restrictive leash. Stoicism, however, champions emotional clarity and the vital importance of owning your decisions, free from undue influence. As Stoicism reminds us, no man is free who is not master of himself. When someone consistently makes you feel terrible for prioritizing your own needs or setting healthy boundaries, it's a clear indication they don't respect your autonomy. They weaponize guilt to cloud your judgment and make you question your own worth. Your emotions should never be used as bargaining chips in their manipulative games. Learn to discern the crucial difference between genuine accountability in a healthy relationship and the insidious use of guilt as a control tactic. Protect your inner peace fiercely. You owe no one a life lived on their terms, especially not someone intent on keeping you feeling small and indebted. 4. They gaslight your reality. Gaslighting is a particularly insidious psychological tactic used to distort your perception of reality. A gaslighter will flat out deny things you know to be true, uttering phrases like, "That never happened," or "You're just imagining things," even when the evidence is clear. This persistent denial gradually chips away at your confidence in your own memory and your own emotional responses. Stoicism, in stark contrast, deeply values perception rooted in logic and truth. Marcus Aurelius himself wisely stated that if someone could show him where his thoughts or actions were wrong, he would gladly change. However, the sinister goal of someone who wants to undermine you through gaslighting is not to correct, but to confuse. They deliberately manipulate your perception of reality by denying objective facts. If you find yourself constantly apologizing or struggling to remember details clearly, take a step back. Start keeping a journal, Confide in trusted friends or family members whose judgment you respect, and most importantly, trust your own logic and instincts. The Stoic response to gaslighting isn't anger or defensiveness, it's unwavering clarity and a firm grounding in your own truth. Stand firm in your reality. 5. They slowly isolate you from others. Isolation is one of the oldest tricks in the manipulator's playbook. They won't outright forbid you from seeing your friends or family. Instead, their tactics are far more subtle. They might casually criticize your friends. Are you sure they really have your best interests at heart? Sow seeds of doubt about your family. They're just jealous of your progress, or constantly demand your undivided attention. Over time, you might find yourself subconsciously pulling away from your support system, becoming increasingly emotionally dependent on them. This isn't accidental, it's strategic. The fewer people you have around you offering different perspectives and support, the easier it becomes for them to control your thoughts and decisions. A person who genuinely cares about your well-being will encourage your connections with others, not try to sever them. If someone is subtly, or not so subtly, trying to position themselves as your sole source of comfort, advice, or companionship, it's a massive red flag waving right in front of you. Remember, the Stoic path isn't a solitary one. We thrive through virtuous relationships and the strength we draw from a supportive community. Guard your inner circle fiercely. Don't allow anyone to dim your world in order to exert more control over you. 6. They imitate you to compete with you. Interestingly, sometimes the most admirable individuals can also be the target of the deepest resentment. You might start to notice someone around you mirroring your behavior, adopting your ideas, or even subtly changing their appearance to resemble yours. At first, it might even feel a little flattering, but soon that feeling can morph into something unsettling, even eerie. This person isn't simply inspired by you, they're trying to become you, and not in a healthy or genuine way. Stoicism places a high value on authenticity and the importance of self-discovery and self-acceptance based on one's true self. Someone attempting to undermine you through imitation is often subconsciously preparing to replace you in some way. They might echo your words, pursue your goals with an almost obsessive fervor, and even try to cultivate relationships with people close to you, subtly positioning themselves as a better version of you. But remember, their carefully constructed mask will eventually slip. The Stoic mindset encourages us to focus on cultivating our own virtue and inner character, not on constant comparison with others. So, if you notice someone eerily mirroring your every move, don't panic. Stay firmly on your own path, guided by your own values. No one can truly outshine the original when you remain aligned with your authentic self. 7. They weaponize your words. Have you ever confided something personal in someone, only to have it thrown back in your face later, perhaps twisted and used against you in an argument or spread as gossip? This isn't just a betrayal of trust, it's a calculated strategy. A destructive person often listens not to understand or offer support, but to gather intelligence, to identify your vulnerabilities and weaknesses and store them away as ammunition. Then, when you're feeling most exposed, they'll strike. This kind of behavior flies directly in the face of Stoic values. Marcus Aurelius wisely believed that the most effective form of revenge is not to emulate your adversary's negativity, but to remain virtuous. Stoicism encourages wisdom and extreme caution in our speech. If you find your words consistently being twisted, misquoted, or used as fuel for drama and gossip, it's a clear signal to guard your conversations carefully around this person. They thrive on emotional leverage and creating chaos. Don't give them the fuel they need. Keep your plans, your fears, and your dreams safe within the circle of people who have genuinely earned your trust. Remember, wisdom is often silent when the ears around you are dangerous. Let your actions speak louder than the distorted versions of your words they try to spread. 8. They quietly sabotage your goals. 8. They quietly sabotage your goals. Notice how their concerns always surface when you're driven? They'll sow subtle doubts about your ambitions, disguised as looking out for you. But repeated discouragement often masks a desire to keep you from outgrowing them. True supporters uplift, saboteurs subtly undermine. Pay attention to who genuinely cheers you on versus those who plant seeds of doubt. Protect your focus and keep building. 9. They exploit your kindness repeatedly. Manipulators prey on your empathy, creating endless crises knowing you'll rush to fix them. But Stoicism teaches balancing compassion with reason. If someone constantly takes your help and offers nothing in return, they're exploiting your good nature. Don't let guilt trap you. Use your kindness for those who value it, and reciprocate. Real connections are a two-way street. If you found this video insightful and helpful, please give it a thumbs up, share it with anyone who might need to hear this message, And be sure to subscribe for more empowering content. Thank you so much for watching, and remember to always prioritize your peace and protect your energy. Until next time.